What's up? It's Carcino here. I rarely use this format anymore to make a live stream, but here we are. Here we are. Now, yesterday, the last video I did yesterday that posted was a while ago, actuality. It was about Ben Simmons. Don't forget to hit the like button too, good people. And it was about the actual proposed trade by Indiana, and every last one of you called me a liar. Not all of you, but all the new people who don't know no better. Because they hadn't heard it on ESPN, they hadn't heard it on Fox. So if they haven't heard it on ESPN and Fox, then obviously it's not happening. And this is just a made-up thing from my imagination. That's how you guys looked at it. That's how it was presented and moved about. Somebody just said Indiana didn't have anything to trade. You were going to get a player that's better than Ben Simmons in every category, shape, and form. A 92% free throw shooter. Someone who averages way more points than Ben. He averages 21 points a game. Shoots 38% from three. Averages 8 assists. Will give you 6-7 rebounds a game. And he's a facilitator. And he could score. I mean, what more do you want from Malcolm Brogdon? You getting all of that for less money. You clearing money off your books. And you want something else? That is the only thing that I find that's out there that's even more compatible. You got a 92% free throw shooter. Are you kidding me? And you are deciding if this is the right trade for you? That don't make any sense to me. I don't even understand where it would make sense to anyone. Where would that even make sense? To veto a trade of that magnitude. Good afternoon to you also. Daryl Morley is overrated. Well, I don't think he's thinking straight if they didn't pull the trigger on this. Because Ben Simmons should be gone. No two ends or buts about it. Ben Simmons should be out the door. But where are all those people that was yesterday telling me I was a liar? Where they at? That's what I want to see. I want them back in here. All yesterday. Just because you don't see it on ESPN, where do you think ESPN get their information from? The same damn people that's out there in the world making stuff happen. You think ESPN just hanging around and they gonna just give it to ESPN first? They get their information like anybody else. And I'm like, I got better things to do in my life than to make up a trade for Ben Simmons with the players involved in the trade. Yeah, the one guy had to tell him, "You wasn't lying, man." And there it was, the proposed trade. They threw it right up there, didn't they? Like, you wasn't lying. Like, nope, one line at all. And the 76ers has declined the offer. But now, because I guess because they got a verified badge by it now, Bleacher Report want to post it now. But Bleacher Report, like, who are they? Just some people on the internet who just got their thing verified. So I gave you the information yesterday. Same information. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody. Why is that? Oh, they still talking about LeBron getting Steph Curry. That's how stupid the news is, as far as the internet. I mean, ESPN and all these other places. They have no information whatsoever. They're not on the ground. There was a time where writers had to get on their job and go investigate, go hang out at the gyms and the shoot arounds. They used to have to do that to find stuff out. Chicago, that's how all this information got out. You wouldn't have known about Steve Kerr getting punched in the face. You wouldn't have known Will Purdue got punched by Michael Jordan. You wouldn't have known any of this stuff happened if the beat writers didn't have a beak, or they used to call they beak into the room. They got to get their beak in there. Sam Smith was the number one who wrote the book, The Jordan Rules. And he made that book and he exposed everything about Michael Jordan. Nobody would talk to Sam Smith. He had like two stoolies that he would talk to that worked there. And one of them was Horace Grant. Horace sat up there and lied on The Last Dance because everybody knew, Michael knew what was said and how it was said. Then he knew the people was there. He was like, Scotty, Phil, me, and Horace were the only people there when this thing was said. Horace, I don't got to tell him nothing. That made me mad when Michael said I did that. Horace, the only people that said that knew anything about what happened was me, Phil, you, and Scotty. We were the only ones there that could have said anything. So I know Scotty ain't talked to Sam Smith. You know damn well Phil Jackson ain't finna talk to Sam Smith. And do you think I'm finna talk to Sam Smith? Now, which one of us in the equation hangs out with Sam Smith and Sam Smith just happens to know the damn story? We ain't calling you nothing, Horace. We just doing mathematics and subtractions and elimination, and you're the only common denominator still standing. No, he's the only one that told it. When it came to boxing news, I had most of the top writers contacting me. They try to get, did I hear anything about Floyd Mayweather? I just got one from one of the agents for boxing but now I'm not in the boxing gym like that. Because when you're in the gym, you pick up everything, And just like any other sport or whatever, dudes gossip all the time about everything that went on. Like, yo, you heard what happened the other night? Yeah, dude, man, that was still, man, he sucker punched dude, man. And then he started messing with Tracy. Yeah, man, he didn't even tell dude he dated Tracy first. All this stuff going on, man, he messing up his head for the fight. And then she ran up all them credit cards, and now he got all that stress. They almost got their house locked down. All kind of goofy stuff come up. So the media get all this information from people that's on the street. You think Brian, what's his name? Who's that guy? Dan Raphael? You think he goes inside of a gym ever? I don't think anyone has ever seen Dan Raphael show up at a boxing gym ever. One, for him to get out of bed is gonna take 6 hours, and then for him to get on down the elevator to the car gonna take another 5. So how in the world is he gonna get to a doggone boxing gym? A lot of people who want Ben Simpson, Ben Simmons believes he's fixable. They all believe there's some good things there because on paper it looks great. You got a 6'10" guy who can handle the basketball and move up and down the court, who can find other guys on the team. He can rebound, he can throw and get some assists, he can play some defense. You're like, I could work with this. And his only problem is he won't shoot the ball. Not that he's missing shots. His free throw shooting is terrible, but people feel like I could fix that. But for $33 million a season, I ain't gonna try to fix that. You got to go. I need to be paying that money to somebody he can't shoot. It's now. He can shoot. He actually can shoot. His problem is he won't even attempt. It's mental. He's so afraid of having that pressure on him, he won't even take the shot. Man, I haven't played John Madden since, I think I smacked Gavin around on it, and that was the last time I played. But even I was rusty then, and I beat him by 20-some points. And I was super rusty. They had him seeing a sports psychologist. And the sports psychologist be like, well, he's doing better, he's working, and they just spending money on a sports psychologist. I'm like, well, if that's the case, what the hell are they spending all this money for? And he's like, I'm competitive. That's exactly what I want. I want to prove that I'm the best I can be. Oh, that's shy. You think it's possible Kawhi Leonard's going to go to Miami? Then I think it's possible that you need to take a drug test. Kawhi in Miami don't even sound right. He don't seem like the Miami type of guy. Yeah, I'm on. I come on there and appear sometimes when they have a show with Chris Carlson. I try to make it because he switches days because he got to do it around his work schedule. So I understand that. So certain days he can't do it on those days. So it goes from like Monday to Tuesday. Sometimes it goes back to it used to be Wednesday nights. So. That's interesting. Well, you got to think about it like this. Don't forget to hit the like button while you're here. Appreciate it. You got to think about it. Ben Simmons is. It's funny to me because when we do the replay, they don't ever go back and look at the chat, and I'm reading all your questions. It's hilarious, but they don't understand. Oh, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. The Knicks are going to get Dennis Schroeder and pay him $100 million. So that's always been in the cards. Dennis Schroeder's not going back to the Lakers. I've been saying that since the All-Star break. The Lakers will get Russell Westbrook in a trade. They should have Westbrook, LeBron, and AD. Yes, they actually do. They're gonna Caldwell Pope is gonna be a sign and wave thing or something. He's going to another team. Kyle Kuzma and a couple of other players are going to be moved in this trade. Austin, Texas in the house. What's up? Oh, it's a lot of players involved in there, but like they shipping out everything. The Lakers got so many spare parts on the team, it don't even make sense. Dudley's just there to pep everybody up. Him just holding up a roster spot just make no sense. Does that dude look like a doggone cartoon character? Yeah, he looked like something you seen out of a comic strip. Yeah, Brian Warthog, he always gonna tell you something about the Lakers. Well, the Lakers can get Steph Curry if they trade this person, that person, this person. I'd be like, Warthog, stop. Stop. Stop wasting people time pretending you're real animals. Well, all Zach Levine would want is a Ben Simmons. But I don't see the Bulls willing to pay $33 million for any damn body right now. The Bulls, they ain't like, we're trading for $33 million. The Bulls about paying one person that kind of money. They ain't about paying two. With Derrick Rose, they was like, look, Derrick Rose is in attendance. He was bringing people and butts in the seats. We pay him that kind of money. They thought they had that with Jimmy Butler. Plus, they had the option to trade Jimmy. Oh yeah, my cash app is Carceno. Y'all know that. Carceno. Yeah, I activated the super chat because y'all asked for it. Y'all like, man, I want this, why can't we super chat? I'm like, all right, fine. That's your way of doing it. You want a Vimo, Venmo, whatever. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Any Warriors news? The thing is that I heard is they are the first round draft pick doesn't want to be there no more. That he doesn't want to go through another season of getting yelled at on national TV. Wiseman has, even though he's like, I could take it, the league is what it is, but he was absolutely rattled and frustrated. The way Draymond yelling at him on the court and all this stuff. And maybe he just needs to go to another team, and start over. So that's what I hear, that he really would prefer to play anywhere else if they can. He's not against the idea of him going somewhere else. If he didn't get injured, he probably would have been traded. And I don't think he's fighting to stay with the Golden State Warriors. And that's because the Warriors are still in a win now scenario. And for him, he was a player that, was in development, still learning the game, green, but there's potential there, lots of it. No, he's trying to adjust to the game and to the speed of things from college to here. And he knows, because he has footwork in the inside. It's just, in the NBA, it happens fast. Like everything is faster. So only way you're going to get that is through by game recognition and knowing situations and what to do, how to move defensively. It's a lot of things that's got to come second nature to you that you got to know because you've done it 1,000 times. You know where the person's going to slide to. You should know, okay, if I put one dribble down and go up instead of just trying to go straight up, just one extra dribble, just to throw the guy off, knowing how they're going to react to it. I could fake them out, or I could just catch and go straight up sometimes and surprise them. You just got to know how to get, it's just the feel of the game. You know it. And you only get that from playing. So Draymond will try to coach him and basically took the task of trying to get him there. Steph is more of a soft approach. But these guys were not accustomed to winning. Wiggins and Kelly Oubre, these guys didn't come from winning franchises. They're used to getting beat by 20s and 30s. So to them, it's just like, hey, all right, Tuesday night, we play another game. The Golden State Warriors are used to going to the NBA Finals 5 years in a row. They're not accustomed to getting blown out every night. And they don't want to be accustomed to that. So just going down there shooting some shots to get the game over because you don't feel that they can come back, that's retarded. The Warriors, let me tell you, that is a true thing. I didn't say anything because I was trying to keep it low key because when I first got that information, I was told to just sit on it, not say anything. So I told people Actually, about 4 or 5 days ago, in the middle of one of my Kwame Brown videos, that Wiseman was looking to be out off the team. He's not against being traded. So it's not his decision, but that he'd probably be comfortable somewhere else where he could develop gradually without the pressures of we got to win right now. So Pascal Siakam is a player that they've been looking into bringing into the Golden State Warriors. They wanted to try to trade for him and what was happening in Toronto. And with Siakam, what they realized, like a lot of people just like, oh, okay, I got him. Now, Siakam was the player that beat them in the finals that year. They had a problem letting him get off. Now, guys know how to defend Pascal Siakam and take him completely out of the game. So his productivity, what they thought he was going to be every year all-star, he was most improved, he was dominating. Now, all of that has been like kind of rescinded a little bit. John Wall for Ben Simmons. I wouldn't. Now, that's one trade I probably wouldn't do for Ben Simmons. John Wall can't complete a full season. So you never know, because you seeing people can't even complete full seasons. So if there's people out there that can't complete full seasons, what are we actually doing here? Dame Lillard is staying important. He's 100% staying important. CJ McCollum is the only player they're talking about moving. Detroit is going to trust the draft and pick up some free agents, and they finna roll. Well, the 76ers rejected the Brogdon trade. Doesn't mean that Indiana can't modify the trade, but Indiana and Rick Carlisle really wants Ben Simmons on the team. Now, if they want to keep Ben Simmons, I don't know if he's going to pay some money back. I'd be like, you got to give me some money back, dog. That's the only way I'm keeping you in Philly. No, that's just to keep you guys on the hook. Dame is not going to the Lakers. And even if he did go to the Lakers, it's not going to help the Lakers. That don't make Lakers NBA champions because Dame really comes there. He's going to have to deal with even a worse problem, and that's LeBron James. LeBron going to want the ball in his hands all the time. Dame going to be taking crazy shots, and some games he's going to be hitting them. But here's the thing, and this is what y'all didn't understand until I told you guys why Gary Trent Jr. isn't there anymore. Gary Trent Jr. and Dame Lillard kept bumping heads, and everybody was shocked when they traded him for Powell. They was like, they just gave rid of Gary Trent Jr.? Why the hell would they do that? Because Gary Trent Jr. is like, how many games are we supposed to lose because this guy wants to go to Dame time? He wants the game to be close so he can win and be a damn star. He want to hit a game-winning shot. We can't just win a game by 12. We got to make it interesting. This dude taking 50-foot jump shots when we don't need that. We need to get to the line and shoot free throws and win a game. But you want Dame time. No, Dame Lillard literally be throwing these games so the game could be close so he could shoot and win a game. He'll literally not shoot to save it up, hoping the game get close enough where he can hit a shot so he could be on SportsCenter. He loves the attention and fame he's getting now because he was like, oh, I overlooked. I'm better than Steph. I'm just as good as Steph. Why am I not up there? So he used to cry for years because he went on the All-Star game team and all this stuff. He always felt like he was not. Well, every year the Celtics need to make moves. The fact of will they? That's the problem. The Celtics need to make a move every year, but they keep deciding things that just eventually work themselves out in typical fashion of the Boston Celtics. What do I think? I think that they've reached their zenith and they need to make some adjustments. They got Kemba Walker out of there fast because Kemba Walker tried to get the coach fired. And now the coach is the president of basketball operations. Guess what's happening to Kemba Walker? Bye-bye. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Not to me. In actuality, it's a little different. Mm-mm. The 76ers is in the same boat the Boston Celtics are. They are a player or two away from getting to where they want to go. But they won't make those moves. They're gonna hold on and hope this lineup is gonna work and get us over the top. And what ends up happening every single time, and I mean every single time, is that you squander away opportunities because you didn't have the balls to make the move you needed to make. The 76ers window is about one more year. That's it. They're one more year of being good. After next season, they're going to drop to where the Boston Celtics are. Boston Celtics was in seventh, eighth spot. After being at the top three, they drop all the way down. How did they drop so fast? Teams upset with what's happening, injuries, your nucleus and your core that you're building around. You're holding on to average players as if they're franchise oriented. You don't have any real leadership there. So you didn't really make a real attempt to try to win an NBA championship. You tried to win it with what you had. And if what you had was good enough to go there, what you had was fool's gold. That year they went there and went to Game 7 with Cleveland was the worst thing that ever happened to the Boston Celtics. Because once that happened, they felt we kind of good enough as is. We don't need Kyrie Irving. We don't need none of this. And you've been looking for a point guard since you let Kyrie Irving go. You had Terry Rozier, who was screaming and yelling because he felt he should be the starting point guard. He wanted more time. And they agreed, but Kyrie wasn't going to give that time. He's Kyrie Irving. You paying him that much money? Sorry, Terry. The minutes is what we is. I'm going to try to get y'all out there in the 2-guard rotation. Okay, you traded him for Kemba Walker, and you let Terry Rozier go. You decided not to keep Terry Rozier. You should have kept Terry Rozier. And you could have traded Kyrie Irving for a whole nother piece. But you chose to do something else. Yeah, people keep hitting me up, asking me questions throughout this video. And they can just come right here in the live chat. Kevin Love to the Clippers for what? Injuries have always been your problem. Kevin Love is not the answer any way, shape, or form. I agree, Mr. Jacobs. That is 100% correct. They are the stupidest team in America right now to me. And this is why the 76ers are not going to win. So if you're a 76ers fan, guess what's going to happen next season? You're going to get beat by Brooklyn or the Milwaukee Bucks. Joel Embiid will be sitting there going, crying. And guess what's going to happen at the end of that day? They leaving. Everybody gone. Everybody gone. The one year y'all had your best chance is when y'all had Jimmy Butler. When y'all had Jimmy, y'all had your best shot. Jimmy Butler was their best opportunity to win. But they decided we might be better without Jimmy. We're going to stick with Ben Simmons. Every time you stuck with the process and stuck with Ben Simmons, this is what happened. Jimmy showed and proved what could happen when he's out on the court, which means that certain things can go down and happen in a game where Joel Embiid don't have it going, where he can go 0 for 12, and y'all can still win those games if you got Jimmy. Jimmy can get to the free throw line. He can take a whole lot of pressure off Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid is thinking of going to Miami to play with Jimmy. So you better smarten up, Philly. You better get rid of Ben Simmons, or your whole team is going down. And y'all going to suck for years to come And I want everybody to come back to this video, to this moment in time when y'all had a chance to get rid of Ben Simmons. The Boston Celtics know their problem. Their problem is their bench. Their problem has always been the bench. Brown and Tatum, you say, look, Brown and Tatum, we're going to keep you guys because you're good. Our bench sucks. We depleted our bench. Let everybody go in free agency, and we built the team around Jason Tatum and Brown. Okay, they still need leadership. No matter what Jason Tatum believes and thinks, you're not ready, kid, to be a leader. Not yet. You don't know what it takes. Now you need someone to come in here because Marcus Smart can't come off our bench and be our leader. We need somebody who's going to be playing heavy minutes every game, leading the team. Now Marcus Smart could be our anchor on the bench and get those guys revved up. He is our Pat Bev. But we can't have him coming in here and actually dictating everything that we do offensively. Now, he can turn a game around with his energy, and he'll have those magical games where he's hitting a couple of shots, but that's not going to be consistent with him. So you got to live with the fact that this guy is not going to be doing the things you need to have done. Now, can you live with it? I can, but can you? Michael Porter Jr. in his time in Denver, I don't see it being long. They're going to have to make a move with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. really soon. And there's a lot of people interested in getting Michael Porter Jr. Denver kind of didn't want to let him go. They let Pascal go because of Michael Porter Jr., what he did in the bubble. They didn't realize Pascal was doing a lot of the work and what led them to that season that they had. So that Murray and all those other guys could do what they did. Pascal was one of those guys who really pushed the Lakers to the brink. When everybody else was choking up, he was the one that was delivering. And the Detroit Pistons, thank you for your blindness. And sticking with Michael Porter Jr., knowing that that's never going to work with him and Jamal Murray. But you guys believe. Keep the power of belief. I'm going with it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck because it's a duck. Ben Simmons is going to be what he's going to be. And every year he gets older, it's not going to get better. So now they're talking about, oh, he didn't want to listen before, but now he's going to listen. I'm like, you're paying a guy $33 million and you're hoping he attempts to take a shot. It's a lot of problems. How do you fix Ben Simmons? Well, figuring that everything he's doing is mental, we would have to work on his free throws mentally. He's going to have to learn how to be in pressure type situations. I would fill up a gymnasium full of people, let him go in there and play live and stream it, and let him play. And say, go ahead, Ben, play. And you're going to shoot the damn ball down the stretch. Well, we streaming it live across the world. They're going to see you play. And you better shoot this damn ball. Yeah, but see, today I don't get that hate that I got yesterday when the video came out. That was the last video I put out talking about the trade. Now I'm saying the 76ers declined the trade because they see that y'all didn't even know it was a trade until I said something. And sure enough, today the 76ers turned down the trade offer. And now everybody pissed off. Why? Because LeBron probably called somebody. Y'all gonna try to trade Ben to Indiana behind our back? It's clutch sports. Can't do nothing like that. We was gonna do the Space Jam commercial right there in Philly. No, I ain't doing none of that. Because y'all want to trade my guy. You want to stay in Philly. I was gonna send over some Space Jam hats. We got a little left over in the Space Jam sale. Dude, they got some Space Jam gear. They trying to force on people. They gonna stick it in the window with like one of these. It's in one of these like Space Jam hat new legacy. I'd already told you that's trash. Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe that, I think we might have hit the end. I don't know if you guys can see me. If you can see or hear me, let me know in the chat. Can you see or hear me? All right. We still on. Now, here's the thing. A lot of players wanted to trade for Nurkic, but Nurkic is like a free agent, so he can choose to leave if he wants, or he can stay. If Dame Lillard leaves, then that means he's going to leave. So that's just it. He's not going to stay there if Dame ain't there. Absolutely. The end of next season, do I think Joel Embiid is leaving Philadelphia? Yes, he's leaving. I see him going to the Miami Heat, signing to go play with Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat when he leaves. But he's leaving Philly. If they keep Ben Simmons, he's leaving. Hollis, that is the truest statement to form. Ben Simmons can go 0 for 35 shooting, and they won't be mad. They be like, man, at least he took the shot, man. I'm just glad he shot. So he really in a no-lose situation. Ben Simmons for Draymond Green. I would never do that in a million years. What Draymond has in heart, Ben Simmons don't have in his body at all. He really need to go see the wizard. If I only had a heart. I don't have a heart. I made a 10. Ding, 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 ding. The whole 76ers need to go see the wizard. Because I don't think Joel Embiid got a brain. If I only had a brain. And Ben Simmons is there again. They be like, man, 2? Well, I do need courage. I'm so afraid. I be damned, you was just here for the heart. Now you don't have courage either? Yup. Yeah, both times. Damn. Joel Embiid is there because he ain't got half a brain. It'd be like, dude, you got a little guy on you, and you want to shoot a three instead of go to the paint and try to get to the free throw line. You're in the fourth quarter game on the line. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing right now? You 0 for 7 right now, doing this little tiptoe. Joel Embiid, another three. All right, dog, you're winning the game. You can seal the game, go to the paint, put together some damn moves, and score the basketball. What the hell are you doing? Little tiptoe jump shot of yours. Yep. Doesn't mean Indiana can't come back with something else. You know, like Indiana could come back with another proposed deal. That's all they need to do. They can modify the trade, but the trade is as it presented right now is a no-no. Which I would give a used car. I wouldn't even give my used car for Ben Simmons. I'd be like, I got greater mileage. It drives better. I'm going to keep the car now. I just don't want Ben Simmons nowhere near anything I'm doing. I mean, when you bad, you bad. Kyle Lowry is an interesting piece because Kyle Lowry is somebody now that's be a great bench player. Now, the 76ers were very interested in having him being a bench player. But your thing is, you guys got Maxey. That is one key piece that the 76ers picked up that has proven that he's ready. As a rookie, he showed me a lot of energy, a lot of poise down the stretch, and he was a plus. And I believe Maxey should be the one running the point. Have Kyle Lowry be there for guidance to help him out. Let Ben Simmons go. Ben Simmons is not the reason you were in the playoffs. That team would have got to the playoffs without Ben. When Cena was in Philly land, let Ben Simmons go. I can make a horror movie with Ben Simmons. He must be stopped. He must go. The guy is killing us one by one, season by season. He has not even attempted a shot. Give him time. There's no time. He gotta go. We must stop Ben Simmons. He's killing us. Dun, 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 dun. He's on the free throw line. Oh, God! Does he put any arc on the shot? Does he care? He's killing us. Another season. This is every year. Every year. Ben Simmons is who he's going to be. I don't have any faith Ben Simmons will turn anything around. I don't have a faith that anybody wants him to turn anything around. I don't have any faith in Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has to go, has to go, has to go. Maybe he should join Cobra Kai. A man faces you, Mr. Simmons. He is the enemy. The enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem, Mr. Simmons? Don't want to take the shot. It might not go in. Fear does not exist in this dojo. Mr. Ben Simmons. Now you want to quit because of a little pain. That's up to you. I can't be a part of it. And you get out there on the mat, man, you're going to have some real serious problems. Absolutely. But I guess not a lot of you liked the video because I'm not seeing a lot of like buttons hit. So I'm just going to get on out of here. I guess my time wasn't worth it. But thank you for the people who did like the video. Hopefully I entertained you this hour. And the rest of you, hopefully you like the next one. I'm out.